videos, and I will be each season now doing a collaborative video with other booktubers on the reads that we crave each season. So whether it's a specific book or a certain type or genre of book, I just wanted, I asked different people, are there certain types of books they crave throughout the year? Now, spring does have the least participants. There's only 2 other ladies who have certain books that they crave in spring. I think because many people, spring doesn't maybe stand out for certain genres, but for myself and these 2 other ladies, they have certain books they like to read in the springtime. So summer, I might be having more participants. I imagine fall and winter I'll have even more. So I will let you know when those other ones are going to come out, but here is the spring one. So my part of it, I just wanted to talk about what I crave are really fun, light, frivolous kind of reads. And I don't crave modern classics as much as I do in the spring. I really crave them in the spring just because they are so fun, so easy to pick up and put down, and just lighthearted and make me laugh a ton. But the first that I want to talk about is the first in the cozy Agatha Raisin series, and that is Agatha Raisin and the Quiche of Death. And there is a baking contest in this little town that she has moved in, Carsley, and it's in the Cotswolds. It's very cute and picturesque, and she takes part in the Ladies Society activities. So she joins this baking contest and enters a quiche, and her quiche ends up poisoning one of the judges. But she had neglected to tell people she bought the quiche from a professional bakery. So then she has to figure out, like, ooh, what happened, and make herself not be a suspect. So it's just a really fun series. It's laugh out loud funny. If you like cozies, or if you just want to switch things up, I really do think you would enjoy it. So then the other ones that I have, like I said, are more modern classics and involve lots of nature, if possible. And the first is one that I talk about a fair amount, and that is James Herriot's All Creatures Great and Small. And in case you don't know, this is about a guy who's fresh out of veterinary school in Scotland, and he ends up getting hired to a sort of like farm veterinarian in Yorkshire. And so between all of the nature and just the hilarious antics with the animals and the beautiful writing, I think it is just a home run read for springtime. So I highly recommend this. Then, now that I love Elizabeth Gouge so much, I want to recommend the Elliott Family Trilogy. So many beautiful descriptions of just the picturesque home of Damroche and all of the nature, and it's a seaside house, so you get to hear about all like the plants on the seaside. I remember reading this last summer and Googling all of the plants that she talks about and getting a real mental picture of exactly what their surroundings were like. So I really recommend the first, especially for nature, is The Bird in the Tree. Then one that I read for the first time last year and I love so much now, it's one of my favorite books, is My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. In case you don't know, this is about the eccentric Durrell family who moved from their home in England to the Greek island of Corfu, and there are 4 children with 4 very distinct and sometimes conflicting personalities, and they just have such an amazing life living on this island of Corfu. And so it's got some beautiful writing, some hilarious anecdotes, and awesome nature for them to be around. Then I can't go, a whole video recommending modern classics without recommending Miss Angela Thirkell. This is Wild Strawberries, and there is I know some people are put off by love triangles, but I think this one is fun enough that you won't be put off by it. And it's just, Angela Thirkell, so estate houses in the countryside in her fictional county of Barsetshire, and they're just very fun and short and frivolous, like I said, and just so much fun. Then I just dropped a book. Then the next one is Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. This is Persephone Books' #1 seller, and I can totally understand why. I think it's maybe one of their more accessible books, and it is about Miss Pettigrew, who's a nanny for a temp agency, and accidentally comes to Miss LaFosse's house, whose life is just kind of a shambles, and she runs in and saves the day, and it's just so much fun. It's very zany, but quick and fun and so easy to read. Then lastly is another modern classic by Stella Gibbons called Nightingale Wood. I read this a year ago and it's still so fresh in my memory, and it's about Viola Withers, who moves in with her really detestable in-laws after her husband passes away, and it's hysterical. so funny, and it's kind of a Cinderella retelling, and there's a very big ball that happens towards the end of it, and there's lots of talk about what everyone will wear to the ball, but just so fun and springy. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about those. I actually did a spring reads video last year, so if you want to hear about some more different books that I recommend for spring, I will link that down below. Without further ado, here are the other ladies and the reads that they like to do in the springtime. I hope you enjoy.
Hi everybody, it's Katherine from Jayne Katherine on Books, and the lovely Kate has asked me to give a quick few words about seasonal reading. Now, when she first asked me to do this, I thought, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure I am a seasonal reader. But when I gave it some thought about the sort of books that I turn to in addition to all the usual reads that are there going on, you know, the usual favourite genres going on all year, I realised that for spring I tend to turn to, because it's starting over here in the UK, the buds are coming out on the flowers and we're starting to get real nice feeling of springtime. I turn to looking at health and well-being books, spirituality, self-development, to sort of give ourselves a good kickstart after that winter and those winter blues. So I've just chosen two to share with you quickly. So I often turn to this book. I use this every year and pick useful things out. This is No Ordinary Moments by Dan Millman. A Peaceful Warrior's Guide to Daily Life. And a few years ago, a lovely friend, Betty Wilson, gave this to me, and there's just so many useful exercises for us to sort of give ourselves a kickstart and start every day feeling positive and putting out there to the universe. So yes, Dan Millman. And then the other one that I dip in and out of as well is Richard Bandler's. There we go, that's his How to Make Yourself Great. And most of you will know Richard Bandler, I would have thought, is a really world-renowned NLP practitioner, does a lot of work with health and well-being. He taught, Paul McKenna is very well known, especially here in the UK, for doing inspirational videos, how to stop smoking, and so they do a lot of work that way on things that you want to change about your life. And this is a really interesting book. There's a CD that comes with this as well, and there's all sorts of different exercises in here. So it's just opened here, for example, exercise overcoming hesitation, developing your skills, building your skills, all sorts of different things. So just two great books to share you quickly there for Kate's video. So yes, see if you can get hold of these, do a bit of health and well-being exercises and get yourself ready for the lovely weather coming. Thank you for asking me to do this, Kate. Bye for now.
Hey guys, welcome to Katie's Book Nook. My name is Katie, and Kate has included me in this project for spring reads. So I am not a super seasonal reader. I'll kind of pick up whatever, just I guess tickles my fancy at the time when I'm looking for a book. But in the spring, I do like to read historical fiction, especially if it has a lighter side to it. So not necessarily like World War II fiction, but Regency era or something along those lines. I also really have been getting into mysteries lately in the spring, which kind of leads into the summer, and anything that is kind of just like light and happy. In my line of work, because I'm a teacher, so we have standardized testing season, so anything that's not that is pretty great. So yeah, so I like to read also. I'm not a huge contemporary reader, but if I do read contemporary, it is usually during the spring. So happy reading, everybody. Bye.